Welcome everybody. We are in our session 15th of the class, but 14th of the class, but we are doing 16th today because of the scheduling issues. And I want to tell you, when you start looking for a job, guys, there is a process which is nicely outlined for you in 4 videos right here, 4 webinars which I did at some point in one of the previous classes. So we have 4 webinars: navigation, getting through, posting resumes, and how you talk about company and project stories when you actually get to the interview. Lots of people would not watch any of the 4 videos. Some people just watch the posting resume part because they want to know how to do it better. My word of warning to you guys is you have 2 ways to go. So one way which gives you lots of nice results, and that way is to be religiously close to what we are telling in those 4 lectures. And second way is you deviate, or you might never actually follow. So then you are in trouble, and I can guarantee you to be in trouble, because you are naturally in the toughest situation right now because you do not have experience yet. So you do not have lots of room of being negligent or not paying attention to details. Each and every detail is critically important because you do not have much room, you know. And my real suggestion to you is to go through each and every video here. So we have 4 videos. It will take maybe about 4 hours. But without doing that, your chances dramatically go down. That is my point. And okay, then we go to DICE. It is a plan of action for today. So we go to DICE, and some people are writing to me. I have you. Okay, guys. Really, when we are talking, so unless it is a question you want me to answer, so don't write anything. Okay. Online. Let me go there. Okay. So here is DICE, and I logged in as the recruiter so far, and I just want you to see what recruiters see. Why it's important? Because you want to be found, you know. So let's do just let's say candidate search. I go to candidate search, and I'm saying, okay, how am I going to look for people? I'm saying, okay, couple of keywords. Recruiters normally do not type titles. I can say QA engineer, okay. But that way, and that way I will get some resumes, guys, no doubt about it. Look at that. I have lots of resumes, and people say QA engineer, test engineer, QA engineer, and then who are they? What are they doing? So in today's world, it's not enough. You have to be doing specific things. So you have to be doing either web application testing, or mobile application testing, or mobile on Android platform, or mobile on iOS platform, or if you do web testing, it might be e-commerce applications, or it might be browser compatibility testing. God knows, specific keywords. So here I'm saying, let's do QA web. Okay, web. And I will limit my search to okay, days back, not 90 days, but let's say 1 day back. And today is Monday, so we will go back 24 hours and see how many resumes we have in that category. And I want you to pay attention to that checkbox here. That checkbox by default is checked. Means if you position yourself as represented by third party, if you check that box on your profile, so you will be excluded right away. So now let's take a look. We have how many people here? Over 1,000. Wow, in just 1 day. Very good. Not all of them, guys, not even most of them are really QA people. It's not the case. So who is number one? Jane is number one. She is our local student here in our area. Why she is number one? Because she is good at following the rules of the game. And those rules are given to you in lecture number 3. Video number 3, posting resumes here. Okay, that is where it is explained how to get there, how to be number one. Svetlana, she is another graduate of our school. Nisia, Thomas, okay, Doina, yes, Nadia, Yulia, Alex. So guys, you see people here, and they all have something in common. They follow certain rules. Not all of them are our graduates, really, but most of them are. Some people who are in green, they pay 20 bucks, I'm not sure, to DICE to be promoted. So it doesn't help much, if you ask me. So, and some people are at the very top, and some people are not at the very top. And if you want to check your specific location, if you give me any specific zip code, I can go there and tell you what's happening right there. But I just, okay, we have lots of zip codes now. Guys, it would be even better if you have your resume posted already. But let's go to... Okay, let's go back a little bit. And let's say here, the zip code. The first one comes 60089. I do not, 40 miles. I do not expect much within one day, really. But let's see. Okay, Illinois. So Anastasia. Anastasia is following our way of doing things. That is exactly what we teach here. Okay, let's take a look at that lady. Okay, so she follows exactly the steps, but not up to 100% of what the rules are about. And it happens before. I don't think she is our graduate. So someone was telling her the trick. So some of the students, I believe, shared certain things with her, but she doesn't know much about it. But for one day, she is still number one. What if we do, let's say, 7 days in the same area of Illinois? Yeah, she is still the only one. Guys, if you are the only one where you live, you can... you can screw up totally the way she did. I mean, and she's still number one. What happens, she has the word QA and the word web in her title. It's called desired position. That thing is called desired position. Also we have, we are supposed to have all those keywords in the skills. So she doesn't have many skills here. That field, the skills field, not field, but field section, allows you to do 20 skills. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. And each out of 8 positions not used, she is missing certain marketability, certain potential for being found. What if I do 30 days? Okay. Yeah, still not much. So she just follows our advice in her desired position. So it's very, very poorly done. I would say for our graduate, it would be terribly done. For someone who just listened to our graduate, or someone who listened to the friend of our graduate, so it could be fine. Now, another zip code, 91411. Okay, let's do another one. 941, no, 914, I'm sorry. 91411. Okay, let's go. Okay, in Los Angeles, for one day, we have nobody doing the right things. What about 30 days, maybe? Oh, yes. In 30 days, we have Michael. He is our graduate. Look at him. He has QA and web. And actually, he did 4 times QA in the desired position. It's an overkill. You do not need that much. Now, look at his skills. He has 12 skills instead of 20. And he does not have standalone field for QA. It should be done like that. QA, standalone field. Standalone field for mobile, standalone field for different things. And he has all the garbage possible, but not Microsoft Windows, but not exactly the way it should be done. So what do we have? Okay. Even people who graduate from that school, guys, they screw up totally. And again, another thing here is the last time he updated his resume was March 26th. He is from that school. He placed his resume in Los Angeles area. It's okay. But you know what? You have to update your resume every day, because when I did that, the only reason I can see him right now is because I'm searching for 30 days back. If I search for 2 weeks back, I will not see him anymore. Look at that. It is refreshing. Then I will not see him. So one of the rules of the game is you have to update your resume every day. If you are living in the area with practically no traffic or things like that, yeah, you can do it once in a couple of days. I think Cameron will get job right now, how to update every day. How to update every day. It's very simple. You go to your profile and you go to whatever section of your profile, let's say address, home address, and just type one space and then save. You have to save. So when you save with that space, it is updated. Your profile is updated, and that date will be current date. So next day you come and go to the same place and remove that space and then save again. So guys, look how many resumes we have. We have 179 resumes. What if I go for one day? So 179 become 24. These 24 people, guys, have 10 times better chances to be hired. Because lots of companies, lots of recruiters go to the job market with the purpose of finding the people who submitted their resumes today. Let's say I come for one day and I do not see anything. Okay, I will remove the word web. Okay, let's say just QA. Who is in QA? Okay, one person, another person, another person. So let's see what they do. Okay, and we have some people at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 QA people who posted their resume today. What if I do Android, for example? Android testing, okay, Android testing. What do we have? Real bad. So no single person, guys. And that whole thing happens in what? I don't know where it is. West Hollywood, so Southern California. So not many people. That is why when you go somewhere outside of Silicon Valley, you have lots of attention. Let me show you what would happen if you do same exercise here in Silicon Valley. If I put local zip code, let's say 94040, 40 miles. Okay, let me see. QA web. Okay, let's see. And that is just one day, guys. We have 147 people just one day. So who is number one? Jane, she's our graduate. Svetlana, she's our graduate. Nitya, Thomas, Doina, Nadia, Yulia. Yulia has 2 times same thing. I don't know why in the world she would have 2. But, well, Anna, Nadia, Svetlana, Stanislav. Lots of those guys are old timers, so they graduated some times ago. They're not looking for their very first job. Lots of them. Okay, some are really experienced. Okay, Greg, yes. So, and that is the place where it all stops. Look at that. Okay, here. That gentleman has QA and web in his desired position. And then we have the very first person who has just one, not two. So, if you do not have two, QA and web, so then you're going to be after all those people who have two. It does not matter what you have in your skills. In desired position, if you do not have two, you go below all of them. So that is why it's critically important to put here all the important keywords, which are QA and SQA and test and analyst and mobile. And it is not done very well, by the way. Could be done much better. Who is this person? Okay, that one is also okay for Wells Fargo. Okay, confidential. See, I mean that confidential is so weird. I mean I can see his name and everything about him. Saori. Okay, why in the world Saori would not do it? I mean, really, she's our graduate, and the only reason for that is she graduated a while ago. So over time, people just don't pay much attention to details, but it works against her. She has SQA, which is 50 times less important than QA, and she just doesn't have QA here. She has lots of times QA in her skills, which is important, but she doesn't have it in desired position, and it actually moves her down. Okay. Greg is not our student. He is a manager. He used to take people from our school as a manager. Very good, very nice guy. And then you have people who are just a history guys. Whoever they are, whatever they do, they are not even looking for QA positions. And so out of 147, maybe just 20 are looking for QA jobs. Just 20, not too many. So other than California, now is the job market in Houston, Texas. If you give me the Houston, Texas zip code, so I'll take a look. Okay. Guys, I can tell you right away, wherever you are, it's going to be very nice surprise. 77025. No people, I can tell you, I know that market. QA Web 77025. So we go to Houston. Look at that, guys. For one day, simply no single person. Okay. Let's do for 1 week. No single person. So if you do that, you're going to be the only one. Look at that. No QA. I mean, zero. Okay. QA tech support, changeman administrator. It's not a QA person. QA tester. Vinu. Senior QA test. So nothing about web or mobile or anything like that. So basically, if you do it exactly the way it should be done, let me see if we have someone over longer period of time. Okay, that I can tell you. I look at that profile and I can tell you right away that is our graduate, based on how it is done. Okay. And it was in March, actually, March 16. So if I search for 1 month, I would find that one. We sometimes have people who post their resumes, very often actually, resumes outside of their local area just to practice in talking to people. Okay. Okay, she is not using the resume we do, but it's okay. Whichever way she wants to do it. Um, Anybody else? What is that? New York? What would be a zip code in New York? Is it a valid zip code, like 10001? Is it New York? Okay. Search. Okay, Alex is our guy. Then we have Catherine Koo. We don't know. Okay, and he is the only one. So okay, there is just one gentleman here, and he is our guy from our group. Let's do 30 days. How many people we have in 30? Okay, that is one. That is our online gentleman, and then we have Alex. And that's it, guys. Just two in 1 month. Sometimes people remove their resumes after they get a job, but when I tell you put your resume somewhere, put your resume in New York, put your resume in Charlotte, North Carolina, what I really mean is you're going to get lots of attention and lots of practice in talking 3, 4, 6, so Tampa. Guys, Tampa is Florida, as far as I know, is not exactly the right place. 3, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6, but it's not empty. I mean, there should be something in there. 6, 7. Let's go there. We are not looking for jobs. We are looking for resumes. Let's look at 30 days resumes. I mean, I can call it zero, actually. Really, I mean, nothing. Real nothing. We have one gentleman, which is director of QA, 100,000. And then we have one more yellow, okay, software tester, Jeff, who wants 75K or $40 per hour, 15 years of experience. So you are not competing anyway. And that one person here. Over 1 month. If we look at one, let's say if you look at 1 week, so how many in 1 week? I just think maybe people might go to Tampa from other areas in Florida. Just one. Posted today. So you do not face any competition over there. Let me do another search, guys. Let me do it this way. Because I am much more interested in you doing the right things, Portnoy. So show me the resumes with Portnoy in it. Guys, if you posted the resume I gave you over the weekend, guys, say something in Skype, so I might look at you specifically, so we will derive some particular, advantage of doing that. Portnoy, okay, not okay. 1 day, okay. 21 candidates all over the country. Okay, first two are local, South Los Gatos, New York. So guys, so far all these people are local people. Oh, New York, okay. And what it tells me, okay, yes. That is in, oh, okay, Illinois. But look at that, guys, automation, software, QA, engineer. So what, I mean, how can people find you? So it is absolutely out of the rules of the game, Automation, software, QA. You can put automation in your skills. Actually, there is one here. But then we need names of the tools. When they search for automation, so we have here Quick Test Pro, we have QTP. So what I would do, I would put those into the title here. Not automation, but say QTP, say Selenium, say Java, say, I mean, whatever people are searching for. Okay. Let me look at that. Yeah, 2010. Okay. So some people have access to the rules, but they just do not follow. Look at that. Here's our graduate. Look at what she's doing here. She cannot be found. I mean, she might come to me and say, Michael, nobody calls me. But how in the world anybody would call you? Okay, guys, that is what you have to avoid. That is the reason I show you that. Okay. What else? So what is that? What is that? The lady, she recently graduated, and she's actually working somewhere. But what is she doing? Software QA test engineer. What about mobile? What about web? What about Android, iPhone? I mean, what is that? And this one also is, I mean, looks like it is relatively okay, but you know what? There is no word web. We still have Android and iOS, it's true, and mobile. But what about other things? What about SQA? What about the word test, which is critically important? What about having 20 fields for different skills? Why don't we have 20? Look, you have to choose. Either you look for a job and you need a job, or you just, God knows, you do whatever you want to do, but then there's going to be no job, and I can tell you right away. Okay, then, guys, when I do your resume, Usha is asking questions. When I do your resume, I do kind of draft for you. It doesn't mean you have to take it exactly the way it is. You do what you modify what I give you. You modify it any way you like. But before you post it, before you send it to anybody, show me. Okay. So I do some template for you, which is customized template. We do projects, I mean, I put projects which we do in the class, I do projects which you have in recording. I'm trying to give it some look, but guys, it doesn't mean you have to, really, it's up to you. So you might have lots of ideas on how to modify it one way or another way. Just tell me what you want, put it there, okay? And I will kind of brush it up and make it nice looking, integrated kind of document. It's all up to you. Okay, Maxim, okay. The gentleman graduated a while ago, but look what he is doing. Software QA engineer, Flash, management. What management? You're looking for QA position. What management? Microsoft Windows. People just pay no attention. The more experience they have, so the more they pay no attention. Okay? So guys, I'm just trying to emphasize the importance of following the rules of the game. Now, I go to the job search survey here. It's a part of session 16th or 17th. So you don't do it yourself. I do it for you. Okay? We will do it together, basically. Job search 1. Where is? Okay, it's right here. Job search 1. So let me go over, because it talks about most common problems our students have when they look for a job. So you must post your resume for successful job search campaign on the following 4 websites. And the 4 websites are, so we start with Dice, then it's Monster, and then it is Career Builder. And then Craigslist, which you might or might not do, it depends. Look at your specific area. Indeed is not the one I would use, because Indeed is an integrator. Indeed gets positions from other websites. So I would avoid Indeed myself if you ask me. So those 4 are exactly the ones we want you to use. You have to update your resume on job search websites. How often? Once a month, once a week, every day, once in 3 days, every time. Guys, since we teach people locally, and locally it is every day is must. Just must. And if you are in Florida or in Illinois, or God knows where it could happen, so you might be okay doing that once in 2 days or 3 days, but my suggestion to you is do it every day anyway, because there might be someone searching for today's candidates. You have to understand the philosophy, psychology of recruiter. A recruiter thinks, okay, if you posted your resume today, then you do not have many options yet. So if I have something for you, I'm the only one, and my chances to place you are better. So I gonna make money. You know, my chances to make money are better. If you have been on the market for 3 days, for 7 days, for 2 weeks, God knows, then and you are not placed yet, it means either you're picky and it's difficult to deal with you, so which brings down my chances, or you already have a couple of job offers coming, and even if I work hard and find something for you, my chances to place you are not that good because I'm competing now with other recruiters. So it's not just about them placing you, it's about them making money out of you. And so the fresher your resume, the better they like you, the more they like you. So that is my answer to that. At least that is how we teach you to do it. The keywords I use when keyword code my resume. So mobile, we just did that, yeah? We just did it here. When you watch the video, guys, the video was recorded a while ago, year and a half ago. And at that time, the desired position here was limited by 32 characters, not anymore. So that lady, she watched the video and she is using 31, and she doesn't know or she doesn't pay attention. But look at this one: software QA tester, web software tester, blah blah blah. She uses a lot, and you can do same thing. Just do not abuse that. Do not put one word 10 times. It gives you nothing. So one time is more than enough. Okay, no. Wait a second. Where do we go? Okay, so mobile, very important. SQL, very good. Testing. The word testing and the word test are the same. On DICE, they are the same. So let's say test rather than testing. Selenium, very good. SQL, 2 times SQL, okay. QA, SQA, tester, software, engineer. So all those keywords are good keywords. Okay. Keep going. The most valuable fields of your profile to be keyword coded are desired position on DICE, and skills on DICE, and then resume itself, guys. Resume itself is important. Let me show you. If I go here and I look at, let's see, it says Portnoy. Okay, let's go to Portnoy. Let's go to Jane's resume and see where that Portnoy is there. Here it is. So 3 times. She has 3 times Portnoy. Different classes she was taking here. So it is searchable. Resume is searchable. That is what I wanted to show you. So if you put keywords in the resume itself are important. So if you do not have any single time keyword QA in your resume, it will hurt you. When people search for QA, it is not going to give you that much. So if you compare the value of keyword QA in desired position, it is much higher than in skills. If you compare standalone skill field with QA, the value is higher than, let me show you something. Let's search for QA. Okay, justice. Okay, so standalone field QA is more valuable than Android and QA, because in that one QA is just 50% of the field, and here it is the entire field. So that value here is better than value here. It gives you more value. But when you look inside of the resume, and then you see the word QA, where is the resume? Okay, here is the resume. We have 1 time QA, 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She has 8, times QA in her resume. That is why people with more experience, they have more jobs, they have more encounters of same keyword. That is why they are selected to move up in the search result. So what we are saying here, desired position is more important, skills is less important, resume itself is also important but less than the rest of it. And when you look at the monster, on the monster we also have resume and skills, but also there are two fields, not one, similar to desired position. On monster we have desired job title and we have current job title. You have to specify two, and both are important. Summary is not important. Summary is not searchable. So you might ignore it. It doesn't give you anything. Summary in your profile. Okay. What is the most typical per hour rate when you enter the job market first time? What is your per hour rate? Guys, I can tell you that here locally in Silicon Valley, 9 out of 10 of our graduates, when they go to the job market, they get paid in between 25 to 35 bucks per hour. And the more technical you are, the closer it is going to be to 40 bucks, and the less technical you are, the closer it is going to be to 25. It might be 22, it might be 38, and maybe 40. We have quite a few people whose very first job was paying 40 bucks, not even in Silicon Valley, but let's say in Minnesota. We had a gentleman in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, whose very first salary was 40 bucks per hour. And we have another one in Seattle. His first one was like 35, 38, which is okay. So, but you just have to understand how much you are asking for when you go outside. So it is not 12 bucks or 15 bucks. So you are looking pretty much here, 20, 24, 25, 30. So that is where it might happen. And again, it depends on where you are technically. What's your background, what's your experience, and what's your communication skills, and so on. But that is where you look for a job. Then I think the thousands per year permanent job equivalent of 40 bucks per hour is, here is the situation. You talk to a recruiter, and the recruiter says, how much do you want? You say 40 bucks, for example. And the recruiter says, yeah, but the position is permanent. So $40 per hour. Some people would say, oh, okay, so we have 50 weeks a year multiplied by 40 hours per week equals 2,000 hours a year. And yeah, multiplied by $40 per hour, okay? And then it comes to 80K, 80,000. That is how they look at that. And it is not exactly the case, guys. It is not exactly the case. So first of all, if you ever work on hourly basis, you will figure out that it is less than, so 1 year is less than 2,000 hours. So it is going to be maybe 19, 20 or something like that. So in reality, you are not looking at 80K, you are looking maybe at, let's say 77K, number one. And that is what that is what you cost to the employer. Now, if I take you permanently, and now I'm paying you 80K, so now guys, here is what happens. I'm paying you 80,000. Then, on the top of 80,000, okay, let me remove the dollar sign. On the top of 80,000, I will pay taxes for you, which is 12%, so which is, let's say another 10,000. So 10,000 in taxes. Then you have paid vacation, you have paid sick days, and you have personal days, and altogether, let's say we are looking at 3 weeks. So maybe 3 weeks, which 40 bucks per hour, 100. Let's say another 5,000. So 0.5, okay. 1,000 is going to be paid vacation and other things. Okay, good. Then you have benefits. You have medical benefits, dental, vision, God knows, which might easily cost 10,000. I am paying 10,000 a year for myself only, and I am paying another 10,000 for my wife as well. And each and every employee on our medical insurance plan costs me 10,000 bucks a year. So, and that is your, just for you, okay? So that is your medical benefit. And if company pays you no more medical benefit, no more benefits, so then we are looking at total of 90, okay, it's 105. So if you divide 105 by 2,000 hours, so now guys, you are looking at 52.50. It's not 40 bucks per hour anymore, it's 52 bucks per hour. So when a recruiter tells you, how much do you want? You say 40 bucks. They say, yeah, but it's a permanent position. And you say, 80K. Wow, we have a problem now. They were thinking you're gonna cost them 77K, but now you are asking 105 that way. So I would say it is not 80K, but it is rather 65, maybe 70. But that is pretty much where you are. Okay, I just want you to understand the way it is being calculated. When they call you, when the recruiter calls you, you post your resume, the very first calls are going to be, how much do you want? And you have to tell them immediately what you want. You shouldn't say, you know, maybe, yeah, that is the killer. You cannot afford that, guys. You have to tell them right away. My suggestion to you is, if you really want to use our sessions, post your resume today. Watch that video number 3. Post your resume today and see what's going to happen tomorrow during the day. And we will get together tomorrow and we will go through the questions and through the confusions and whatever issues you might have. The question here in Skype is, do we need to study Selenium? It doesn't hurt you to study Selenium a little bit. Let me tell you what you can do. You can go to the video page and you can go to Selenium part of it. And now, guys, right here, the very first line here, we have a teacher. She's not with us anymore, but she was a full-time teacher here. And I asked her to do the webinar just for you, for onliners, with 2 things: how to install Selenium and how to write first test case. Guys, if you spend 1 hour time watching that, you can answer 90% of the questions regarding Selenium. So if they need someone who is real good at Selenium, it's not you. But if they need someone who has an idea and who might eventually jump on it if they really need more, guys, that is what you do. All it takes is 1 hour of your time. That's it. So answering the question of Selenium. But guys, we have more than that. We have, we have 10 sessions of Selenium, 26 hours here, and we have 26 hours of advanced Selenium in case you really start working, so you might need the advanced thing. So a normal person does not need that. I think so. So it is recommended to send how many resumes per day? So one thing, you post your resume. Another thing, you send resumes out, and we have exactly how to do that explained. So you send 50 plus resumes every day, which is not a big deal. I mean, at least in our area, we can send 3 times more. In your area where you live, if it is just 15 or 20, send all of them. So you cannot miss that opportunity. We have explained how you decide where to send your resume, where not to send your resume. So we have that 50% match rule. Please recommend good piece to practice in HTML. You don't have to practice in HTML. Get a job first. That is my suggestion to you. You can go to YouTube and you can watch all the videos on YouTube. We have our own videos on HTML with David teaching HTML. I think that is the best thing you can find. It's right here. Yeah, HTML by David. So we have 5 hours of HTML with David. You don't need more than that, really. So now 50 resumes per day in Silicon Valley, it's nothing really, not a big deal. If you live in the area, guys, where a market is kind of small one, post your resume in 3, 4, 5 different markets. Put it in New York, put it in Chicago, put it in North Carolina, in Charlotte. Get calls. Make sure you are getting 20 calls a day. And then you practice, you become gurus of interviewing. So, and the only reason for you to post your resume today, don't post it in where you live. Guys, if you live in God knows, in Illinois, put it in New York. Practice for a week, or maybe for 2 weeks. And in 1 week, you will talk to maybe 100 people. So then you post it in your local area, and then you're going to get, 9 out of 10 interviews. So that is the, the method. You have to learn how to do interviews. It's not like you just know the subject and you get the job. No. You still have to know how to do the interviews. What are the advantages of the 3 to 6 months contract jobs? Some people are not believing in short-term contracts. And we have a theory here why short-term contracts are good. And there are lots of advantages of short-term contracts. So you will be offered more by same company at the end of the contract. Not necessarily. You will get all the benefits. Not really. You grow professionally faster. Absolutely. Company makes hiring decision fast. Absolutely. They can hire you. You talk to them today, they might ask you to start tomorrow or after tomorrow. You can stay on the contract as long as you wish. Not really. You will make much more money compared to permanent position. True. Your professional networking is more intensive. Absolutely. So each next job is going to be easier and easier and easier to get. So 3 to 6 months contract, it's like a name. It's not exactly, about being 3 months or 6 months. They just call it that way. It might be a couple of years, or it could be a couple of weeks, really. You're not in control of that, but it is to your advantage. Each next contract will pay you $5, maybe $10 more than the previous one, no matter how short. What are the critical questions you ask at the interview? That is kind of not exactly today, but at the time you start doing the face-to-face interviews. How soon you want me to start? Never ever. They will tell you how soon they want you to start. Don't do that. What is your definition of an ideal candidate? Absolutely. What are the typical problems your team has to deal with? Very good one. Because when they tell you about their problems, you can say, okay, I can do this, I can do that, that is how I did it last time, and blah, blah, blah. What is the current stage of the application development? That question helps you to remove the bullshit of the table. You look at their job description and it has so many things, but they are in beta. Guys, in beta, I can tell you right away, you can have 12 hours of the manual testing, monkey stuff. No automation, not much of the test cases. You might execute test cases. There is no time to write test cases. That is the story. Okay. So it's a good question. What do you expect from a new hire in 2 weeks in terms of writing test cases, whatever their job description is? Yeah, what do you expect? What do you bring to the table? How can you contribute to the QA team effort? We will skip that question for a while. So my major concern is that you guys are able to post your resume, maybe somewhere else in the areas with more traffic, and so you get a certain level of confidence, and then eventually you move, maybe in a week, you repost your resume to your local area. Remember, when you create the profile, there is a zip code you specify at the very beginning of that process. That zip code is how they identify your location. Okay? So if you want to post your resume in 3 locations, create 3 accounts with 3 different emails and put 3 different zip codes. So then your resume will go to the 3 different areas. I'm a citizen. Do I have to mention? Yeah, you might. You might. Why not? At the end of your summary, yeah, you can say citizen or green card holder. Does it make any difference? It does make some difference. It does make some difference sometimes. Okay, guys. So my ideal, scenario, the one I have in my mind is post your resume today, right now. Just go. Whoever has the resume, go and post it. And tomorrow we will go and look at what's happening. And no matter what's going to happen, guys, it does matter. The process is important, the learning curve. So, guys, if I didn't send your resume to you yet, send it to me again. Just send it to me, and my email is Mikhail. Let me write it for you, Mikhail at portnow.com. Okay, here is my resume. Here is my email. If you didn't, you didn't receive my email, my resume, send it to me, sure. And so I did 14 resumes. I know that over the weekend. And whatever I'm gonna get today and tomorrow, I will do immediately. So nothing to be postponed because I want you to practice. Not specifically getting a job, which might be nice, but I want you to practice in interviewing under my supervision, under my control, so I can suggest you on how to make it more precise. Because that is no less important skill, than testing itself. Okay, Namrata, if you sent your resume this morning, so I will see it this morning, so I didn't see it before. So guys, I think we are done with today's session, and I hope tomorrow's session is going to be even more exciting because it will be more practical when we look at your resumes and how you, not resumes, but how you post your profiles, and we will go and maybe fix it on the fly. We will start and you fix them while I'm talking, and then we will see them fixed. Okay, so guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you very much.